What up? It's your boy, just woke up. I was just scrolling on my phone. I saw something that was very interesting. I don't know how old that news is, but I saw the news recently, and it brought a similar a thought in my head that I kind of want to talk about. So what it said was NBA YoungBoy is the youngest artist to have 100 RIAA certifications, which means gold and platinum plaques and multi-platinum plaques. So me looking at that, my math, because I know how much, because me being an artist myself, I know how much certain things cost as far as how much money things are worth. So I know how much. So a full album sale is worth $10. So if you go and buy an album, so in a certain stream platform, so on average, if you stream a song or if an album gets 200 streams, that counts as one album sale. You know what I'm saying? And one album sale is equivalent to $9.99 or $10. So, and with a single is 99 cents per song. You know what I'm saying? As far as sales, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that's how RIAA do it. So they convert the streams into sales, and then so however many sales you get, that's how much it's worth. So if I sold 50,000 albums, if I sell 50,000 albums, then it'll be 50,000 times $9.99 to tell you how much money the album will bring back. Or at least that's how I'm thinking it. We're going off of how I'm seeing everything. You know what I'm saying? It may be the streaming may have messed all that up, but from how I'm seeing it, if your album sells 50,000, if you sell 50,000 albums, it's equivalent. You sold $10 50,000 times. So if you sell 50K, you made 500 grand off of that album. You know what I'm saying? And with that in mind, if you go platinum, this has always been the case. If you go platinum, you made your label, or if you're independent, you made 10 million going platinum, because 1 million people streamed your album or bought your album enough for it to go platinum, which is 1 million records. You know what I'm saying? And as far as a single is $90 basically. So if you have a platinum single, you made $1 million, like off the single. Of course, I'm not talking expenses. I'm not talking all that other stuff. I'm just talking album sales, single sales, and how the numbers work as far as money goes. Okay, so NBA YoungBoy is the youngest artist to get 100 RIAA plaques. I took notes on it because I wanted to talk about it. I think it was like, here it is, 71 gold, period. So 67 gold singles and 4 gold albums, 38 platinums, 38 platinum. So 33 platinum singles and 5 platinum projects. So I did the math on that. And of course, I'm not talking expenses, I'm not talking taxes, but I'm doing by comparison. This kind of goes with my theory of mind, because every time we talk about NBA YoungBoy, not we, but I'm from Louisiana, New Orleans. NBA YoungBoy is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. When I talk to people about NBA YoungBoy and they say, yeah, NBA YoungBoy, he got money, he got that bread, he owned all the rights to all his music, he doing this and he doing that. I'm like, are y'all paying it? Of course, this is with older people. I'm like, are y'all listening to what NBA YoungBoy is saying? He's not getting paid. That's what he's been saying this whole time. He's like, nah, they got that settled. Did they? Let's do the math. All right. 71 gold singles. So 4 albums. 71 gold singles would be 500,000 times. So I've subtracted 4 because those are albums. 71,000 times 67. So 67 times 500,000 singles. That's $1 for every single. You know what I'm saying? So that would be $33,500,000, right? That's just off the singles. And then 4 gold albums. So that would be 500,000 times 4. So that would be $2 million off of albums. And that's just only gold. So altogether, that's $35,500,000 off of just his gold albums, right? That's how much money he generated. Like I said, we're not talking expenses. We're not talking taxes. And we can get into expenses and taxes, and it's the number still won't add up. Okay, so that's 35,000 right there. 38 platinum, 5 of my projects. So that's 33 times a million. Wait, no. So look, 38 singles, 38 platinum singles, and like 5 platinum projects. I don't know. The numbers is kind of the numbers is kind of weird, but 38 platinum. Yeah. So 38 platinum singles and 5 platinum projects, and 10 of those singles are multi-platinum. So I'm taking away the multi-platinum and I'm just going with the minimum. So 38 platinum singles. That would be $38 million in singles. And $50 million in his platinum projects, because if our project goes platinum, it generates $10 million. You know what I'm saying? So let's add all that together. 2 million gold album, 2 million off of gold albums, 33 million off of gold singles, 38 million off of platinum singles, 50 million off of platinum albums. These are all the minimums. So I'm not including, like, I'm just going off the basis of gold and platinum. So this is just a minimum of what he's generated off of his music. And the 10 multi, I'm moving away from that because, like I said, I'm just going off the minimum. So at the minimum, when you add all together, he's generated at the minimum $123 million to $123,500,000. You know what I'm saying? So this is, like I said, and he's younger than me. I'm 23. I think YoungBoy 22. You know what I'm saying? So this is the minimum how much he's generated for the label. If we're going to include taxes and expenses, taxes for the most part for millionaires, 50%. So you do taxes, that's still at least $60 million. You know what I'm saying? If we talking expenses, cars, houses, blah, 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 that still can, I would think that would still leave 50 million. You know what I'm saying? That the label has made. But the label doesn't have to worry about all the expenses. This is the money they've generated off of NBA YoungBoy. At least 100. I would not be surprised if they generated $250 million off of him, because these are just minimums. This is just the minimum of what he's generated at 22 years old, being in the game for only 6 years. You know what I'm saying? $123 million. Now, if you go look up, cause I did it, if you go look up the net worth of NBA YoungBoy, it says $6 million. $6 million. If you generated at the minimum 120 million for your label and you only got $6 million as your net worth, of course, net worth includes assets and cash and just certain little things, and in his times in jail and stuff like that. But that number does not add up. Because let's think of it like that. Let's take away 120 million and turn it to 100 million, right? We turn it to 100 million, then he's only getting 6% of the money that he's generated for the label. And that's only if we take it down to 100 million. If we bring it up to 123 million, he's getting maybe 3 to 4% of the money that he's generated musically. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. And this is all based off of, like, this is going off of the minimum amount of money that a gold single, a platinum single, a gold album, and a platinum album could generate. And all the RIAA certification that he's getting, that's the minimum. This ain't talking about whatever businesses he got outside, of course, you know what I'm saying, and all stuff like that. I'm just talking music. Music alone, he's generated over almost $150 million, but he's only worth 6. There's artists who are not as certified, there's artists who don't have as many plaques, as many singles, isn't as big, isn't as buzzing as NBA YoungBoy, who net worth is higher than NBA YoungBoy. So when I say, so people keep saying, oh, he owns his masters and he's doing this and that. It comes from a lot of people who do not know nothing about the music industry, who don't know nothing about music. I'm learning as I go. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that a lot of people who are coming from the outside keep saying this, he owns his masters. Y'all don't know what a master is. Y'all don't know what publishing is. Y'all don't know this and that. He might own his masters. But the fact that a lot of his music, majority of his music is played on YouTube, and he doesn't own the rights to the YouTube, that fucks him up. Because if you don't own the rights to your YouTube, you don't own all your masters. That comes in your masters. When somebody plays my music on YouTube, it comes up, I get paid by YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. So if I get, and say I get a song that gets 1 million listens on YouTube, I'm getting all the royalties off of that song because I own the masters to that song. You know what I'm saying? So if NBA YoungBoy sold the rights to his music to his record label Atlantic, all the rights to his YouTube's to Atlantic, then he does not own all the rights. He doesn't own all his masters. He may own half of his masters or a portion of his masters, but he doesn't own all his masters if he's given the rights to his music to YouTube, for all the rights to his YouTube to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's why owning everything is important. You can go into a partnership. Nowadays, a lot of people are going into partnerships with labels where it's like, all right, you just distributing. You just distributing. That's all you doing. I'll give you a cut of everything for you to distribute. I give you 10%, 20% of the revenue generated by my music for you to distribute. But everything else, I want. Some people are doing that. But I think he signed for what, $2-3 million back then. And of course, coming about the hood, coming out the projects and stuff like that, that's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. But that's why reading your contract is important. Knowing how big you will get is important. NBA YoungBoy didn't think he would be one of the biggest rappers on the planet. I'm sure he didn't think that. But if he knew, if he had that foresight and that vision, that's what Young Dolph said. Young Dolph was like, I got offered $20 million one time, but I felt, was it 20 million? It was something like that. Young Dolph, RIP Young Dolph, said, I got offered $20 million one time, but I turned it down because I felt like me alone can get more than 20 million. If NBA YoungBoy had that foresight to say, nah, I'm about to go crazy with this. I'm going to make way more than $2-3 million off this by myself. I can do it. Because labels only jump on you when they see you buzzing. If YoungBoy would have stayed 10 toes and was like, nah, I'm about to go the independent route. I'm about to own all this stuff and I'm about to push me. And he shot up 173 million, 200 million, 75 million plays on his music and his videos and stuff like that. NBA YoungBoy would probably be worth $100 million off his music alone if he would have not signed that record deal. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say this is a lesson in its own. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to NBA YoungBoy. Shout out to Louisiana. Shout out Baton Rouge, Kenner, Shreveport. Shout out Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? This is just as important as to why it's important. If you have a goal, if you have something that you're really striving for, don't just take the quickest bag, because they're only going to offer you a percentage of what you're actually worth when it comes to these labels. So they offered him $2 million. They knew that he was going to make them 20. They offered Young Dolph 20 million. They knew that he possibly could have made them 200. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how the labels work. They're not going to give you everything you're worth up front. They're going to give you a percentage up front. You know what I'm saying? But just that number, doing that math, at least $100 million was made off of NBA YoungBoy. At least. And I'm talking like, I got 120, but we talking at least 100 million was made off of NBA YoungBoy, but he's only worth 6. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of what Joe Budden be talking about sometimes, but I just want to talk about that quick video. That's it for me. I'm out. Like, share, and subscribe. Too sweet. Deuces.